Hey there guys, Artistic Nick, thanks for the click. Really excited about today's tutorial. I'm going to be drawing my all-time favourite cartoon character, and this is the start of a new series for me, and I'm going to be doing a Transformers series, and who better off to start off with a new series from the Transformers universe than Optimus Prime. Optimus Prime is my favourite cartoon character of all time. I loved the Transformers series when I was young, so I'm just going to head straight in using the black Sharpie pen. I'm going to find a midpoint. Optimus has got this funny sort of shaped, I don't even know what it is. It's not a diamond, it's not a hexagonal shape, but he's got this thing on the top of his head in his forehead. This sort of decorative, it's not a horn. I don't know what this is actually. And there's some lines in the middle, some detailing. So yeah, like I say, really excited about starting this series. So we're going to draw some straight lines on the side of Optimus's head. He's got these, they almost look like Batman's ears on his cowl, or cat ears or something, sticking up. And we're going to join this up to there. It comes to about halfway up this area here. I don't know what we're going to call that. And then we're going to come across the bottom. We're going to just join the point up there. We're going to arc this round here for the bottom of the head, and then this corner to there, and this corner to there. Now we're just going to draw Optimus's eyes. They are almost a triangular shape, and one on this side, and we're going to leave a point out there just for his nose. So these two things that come down the side of his face actually then come in and make the nose this, looks like he's almost got a muzzle on. There and there. Okay, so we've got just a couple of small white areas under here, and then what we're going to do is we're going to block out the rest of that in black. So all of this area here we're going to colour in black. Okay, so let's start blocking this out. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thank you very much for taking the time out and clicking on that thumbnail. It means an awful lot to small YouTube channels for people to start finding us and watching the videos, liking the videos, sharing and subscribing. So if you've not subscribed but this is your first time, go and subscribe, turn the notifications button on. I'm aiming to do daily drawing tutorials with the cartoon work, and I'm also in the middle of doing some graphite work. So I'm more well known, and I started out as a graphite artist, so that's pencils on paper, but I've always had a love for cartoon characters, pop culture characters, so Transformers, Pokemon, things like that. So you go and check any of those out. I've done I think I'm up to about 60 or 70 videos now, and I've done a daily video for the last maybe 2 months, month and a half. So I'm really enjoying doing these. Like I say, it makes a huge difference if you guys do watch the videos to the end and subscribe to the channel, share them, leave me a comment if there's something that you liked about the video, if there's something you didn't like, you'd like me to change something about it, maybe the lighting or something or other, just leave me a comment. So on this reference we've got what looks like 2 more of these antennae, let's call them, for receiving signals from his fellow Autobots. Now this one's obscured by a hand. So I can remember getting Optimus Prime for Christmas when I was only a young boy, and it was the must-have toy that Christmas. I guess they were all sold out everywhere, and somehow my dad managed to get me one. And I'm talking back in the 80s, so the original Optimus Prime, and I believe I've still got him somewhere, or he's at my mum and dad's house. He was one of my, like I say, one of my favourite characters, one of my favourite toys. So Optimus has these windows at the front of his chest, which are the front of the cab. So we're just going to line those in. And this one there. And this window again is obscured slightly by his hand, his thumb actually. So I'm just going to leave this corner out there, and we're going to fill that in a little later on with his hand. I tell you what, let's crack on with that now. So we've got his thumb that comes under here. So let's line this in. And his hand comes up and around, and he's got his index finger at this sort of angle there, and there's some detailing in there as well. This is the underneath of his palm of his hand, trying to make the lines quite straight. Obviously this is a machine, it's it's a made machine, so there's going to be a lot of straight lines on there. Another finger there. And one more. Makes 5, I believe. Okay. So let's come on to the other side. So I'm going to start drawing the other arm now. So we've got almost a square for his shoulder, and then there's always remember there's 2 pipes that stick out from either side of his shoulders, because when you transform him, these shoulders come into the back of the cab, the edge of the cab. So I guess these are the exhaust pipes that these huge American trucks have, sort of on the side of the cab. And I always remember those. I don't know if they maybe used to fire. No, I think his hands used to fire off. Something used to fire from him. Anyway, so in the centre of this cab, we have the grille. This was always a silver grille, with I guess that's the radiator in the centre there. Again, a pretty iconic part of Optimus Prime. I've not seen the latest Transformers movie actually. I've seen all of the others. Wasn't keen on the one before, so I must watch that. But regardless of whether it's Optimus in the cartoons or whether it's Optimus in the films, he's got his iconic grille at the front and his red and blue exterior. Okay. We've got some detailing in and around this midsection. And I can remember, I think on the actual character, the toy of Optimus Prime, a lot of these were stickers, and you had to stick them on yourself. Toys used to be almost do it yourself back in the 80s. And I can remember if you got one wrong or you put it on a little bit crooked, it ruined it. And I think I turned up getting my dad to put them on for me or something, because Optimus was my pride and joy. So I've been really looking forward to doing this series of Transformers. Like I say, it takes me back to my childhood. So I'll be going through all of the classic Transformers. I'll have a go at doing some of the Dinobots. Starscream, Megatron. Megatron's going to be in my next one, actually. I thought I'd better start off with the two leaders, one of the Decepticons and one of the Autobots. I thought that would make a good start point, but I really did like the Dinobots as well. With being a young child, I think all boys like dinosaurs and robots. What more could you ask for? Okay, let's have a look at this right hand leg then. So it's a chunky old leg. Got some detailing in there. It's made up of a series of rectangular boxes, just slightly offset onto the side there because it's looking at an angle, so they're not entirely straight, because what would that would do is that would give us the idea that the foot was looking straight on at us, and it isn't. It is at a slight angle. So this is his toe, or his toes, his foot coming into the toes at the front. I don't know if I can find any reference images, but it's just made me remember when I was a child, there used to be a series of they were like Transformers, they were called Zoids, and they were robot dinosaurs, and they were fantastic as well. So lots of detail in those though. I mean, lots and lots of nuts and bolts and things. So if I can find a few references of those online, or if any of you guys out there have got any references of them, fire them across to me. You can get hold of me on Instagram and Facebook, or the usual social media platforms. Fire me a couple of those pictures across if you've got them, or if you can remember them, and I'll have a go at drawing a couple of them. They'll be very tricky. I don't think I'll be able to do them in a 15-20 minute video, but certainly something that I'd like to have a go at. But yeah, they were fantastic. There was a big Tyrannosaurus Rex that I can remember. I had a Stegosaurus as well that looked pretty mean. So yeah, I think it would make a pretty good video. Okay, this other foot now is definitely at a different angle, so you'll see the same sort of shapes, but at almost a side-on perspective. Try and keep this pen moving for a lot of these straight lines. I don't want the pen to bleed into the paper and leave a big dirty splodge on the nice straight lines. But he's looking quite good actually. I'm quite happy with how he's turning out. Not too far away. So before I finish, I just want to thank you guys for watching the video, subscribing to my channel. In the early months, it just felt as though I was sat here drawing and talking to myself, with only a couple of subscribers and not many views on the videos. But as with everything, patience is the most important thing, and the channel, I'm glad to say, is starting to pick up. I'm getting some nice comments from you guys, so keep on sending those. It inspires me for one more video, every nice comment that I get. And like I say, if there's something that you'd like me to cover, if there's a series you'd like me to do, I'll be more than happy to have a go at it, as long as my drawing skills allow me to. And we've just got a couple of tyres on this side now, and a little bit of detailing in here. I'm not entirely sure what that is. And I think we're almost done. Can't see any glaring areas that I've missed out. A little bit of detailing up on this toe here. And I think that will about do us. So guys, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to tune into the next video. I'll be doing Megatron for my next Transformers video. Have a look at the Pokemon series. I'm quite happy with how some of those are turning out. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. That's my Optimus Prime tutorial. Hit subscribe, smack the notifications button, follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter.